So check this one out. House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan launches investigation into special counsel Jack Smith's admission of FBI evidence tampering in Trump's Mar-A-Largo case. This sounds interesting. Let's check out the details. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan has launched an investigation into special counsel Jack Smith following recent admission that some of the evidence in President Trump's classified documents case was altered or manipulated after being seized by the FBI during its raid on Mar-A-Largo. Interesting. I wonder how it could be altered or manipulated. Did they swap the things out? I don't know. Let's continue. The Gateway pundit reported that Jack Smith's admission came in response to Trump's co-defendant, Walt Nauta's legal team's concerns about discrepancies in the evidence's organization. Walt Nauta, a former White House valet and Navy veteran who later served as a personal staffer at Mar-A-Largo and was indicated alongside Trump last year, claimed through his attorney that the order of items in the seized boxes did not match their scans provided during discovery. In a late Friday filing, Smith conceded that the FBI had indeed moved documents around within the boxes that contained classified information. This directly contradicts earlier Department of Justice assurances to the court that the contents arrangement had been preserved intact. So they said previously that they hadn't moved around or really messed with the contents in the boxes, but Jack Smith just admitted that they actually moved things around. I mean, wouldn't that evidence have to basically be thrown out at that point? How can they confirm that what's in it now is what was actually in it before, and that it's supposedly, classified documents that Donald Trump is not supposed to have? But according to a footnote in the motion reviewed by the Gateway pundit, the FBI messed with the boxes containing the classified documents they seized from Trump's Mar-A-Largo estate. Footnote 3. The government acknowledges that this is inconsistent with what government counsel previously understood and represented to the court, which is the government responding to the court's question of whether the boxes were, quote, in their original intact form as seized, by stating, quote, they are, with one exception, and that is that the classified documents have been removed and placeholders have been put in the documents. In August 2022, the DOJ lied to the court by assessing that the red, blue, and yellow sheets displayed in the widely circulated photos of the classified documents indicated their classification status. It turns out they were slip sheets the FBI used to replace the so-called classified documents. So every single document in there has been replaced by a copy? Is that what they're trying to say? So now reproducing classified documents is an okay thing? I don't understand. What are they really after here? There's people wondering, right? The DOJ lied, claiming, quote, evidence 13 boxes or containers contained documents with classified markings, and in all, over 100 unique documents with classification markings, that is, were more than twice the amount produced on June 3rd, 2022, in response to the grand jury subpoena were seized. Certain of the documents had colored cover sheets indicating their classification status. See example given attachment F, where redacted FBI Photoshop of certain documents and classified cover sheets recovered from the container in the quote 45 office. The classification levels range from confidential to top secret information, and certain documents included additional sensitive compartments that signify very limited distribution that they copied. Allegedly, right? But this is the infamous picture. The FBI admitted they messed up with Trump's documents. The FBI used cover sheets as placeholders for the classified documents. Quote, after the boxes were brought to WFO, the FBI created an index to correlate the documents with classification markings to codes, and labeled the classified cover sheets in the boxes with the codes for the seized documents. The FBI also generally replaced the handwritten sheets with classified cover sheets annotated with the index code. But regardless, any handwritten sheets that currently remain in the boxes do not represent additional classified documents. They were just not removed when the classified cover sheets with the index code were added. In many, but not all instances, the FBI was able to determine which document with classification markings corresponded to a particular placeholder sheet. So am I correct in understanding that they're saying some of the original handwritten sheets are still in the files, but they went and added other sheets to it, but they didn't replace them all? That just sounds so sketchy to me, considering that Trump did everything that the FBI asked him to do. He locked them up behind their lock that they gave him, so it was in a room that he didn't have access to. and they wanted to make sure that they were preserved when they got them. But it sounds like as soon as they got them, they went and scrambled them all up and added things to it and took things away. And I mean, Lord knows what else, right? But Jack Smith also claimed the FBI found so many classified documents that they ran out of slip sheets, which I will add that Trump has executive power to declassify anything. And to reiterate a point that Trump has made, every president in history would begin their day by pardoning themselves for what they did the day before if they are not allowed to declassify at will, essentially. But, quote, the investigative team used classified cover sheets for that purpose until the FBI ran out because there were so many classified documents, at which point the team began using blank sheets with handwritten notes indicating the classification level of the documents seized, Jack Smith laughably claimed. So there's handwritten sheets that were added to the files as well. So do we know what's what? We got a handwriting expert in here? Or what's going on? This is crazy. In response to these revelations, President Trump took to Truth Social, calling for the arrest of Jack Smith, labeling the prosecution a sham. And it sure sounds like it is, in my opinion, at this point. Arrest deranged Jack Smith. He is a criminal, Trump said in a Truth Social post this weekend. Chairman Jim Jordan expressed grave concern about the justice system's impartiality and adherence to professional standards within the DOJ. In a letter addressed to Jeff Ragsdale, counsel of the Department of Justice Office of Professional Responsibility, Jordan stated, quote, this acknowledgement presents grave concerns about the department's commitment to impartial justice, whether the special counsel's office misled a federal court, and whether the special counsel's office strenuously upheld the highest professional standards of the Department of Justice. Jordan demanded that the OPR investigate Jack Smith, Jay Bratt, and other attorneys involved, citing serious ethical lapses in the prosecution. Sounds like a couple of the other Trump prosecutions: Fani Willis, Letitia James, Judge Engoron, Nathan Wade, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some other ones. And so the House Judiciary Committee has demanded to produce the following documents and information: all documents and communications referring or relating to any allegation of ethical impropriety or any OPR investigation concerning the conduct of Jack Smith, Jay Bratt, or any other attorney assigned to work with the Office of Special Counsel Jack Smith. 2. All documents and communications referring or relating to the manipulation of documents seized from President Trump's residence at Mar-A-Largo. And 3. All documents and communications referring or relating to Jay Bratt interactions with Walt Nauda's defense counsel, including allegations that Brett attempted to coerce Mr. Nauda's cooperation with the government by leveraging the protest of a judgeship for his counsel. So the deadline set for the DOJ to respond to the committee's demands for information and a briefing is on May 20th. Today's May 7th. So it looks to me like this case should pretty much just be dropped. The prosecutors are going to have to defend themselves because they seemingly admitted to tampering with evidence that is classified documents, that they're trying to prosecute Trump and throw him in jail and affect his election chances this year. So good job, Jim Jordan. I'm glad that you decided to do this. If you agree with that, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.